All right, welcome everybody. This is the 27th of January Planning Board meeting. Quickly, we have on the agenda several things tonight. First, we're going to go through the minutes for two meetings in the past, December 9 and January 13, and then a couple orders of new business, including an amended major subdivision application for Richardson, 43 Lane. And then we have the sketch plan application, Plum Main Street LLC, which is off of Route 26. And then we have four different formal shoreline zoning application finding impacts and inclusions of law, and then the CLUC changes. Oh, you put it in the middle. It's in the back of our package.
It
so.
is, because technically it's new business, but we always do it at the end.
Okay, that's fine. You just were seeing if I was reading both the packet and the agenda in
Yes.
detail.
Well
I am.
done. Well
All right, okay. First of all, has everybody had a chance to review all the minutes, both sessions?
Yeah.
Does anyone have questions or comments or corrections? No? No? Okay, well then, can I get a vote? Can I do both minutes at once? No.
Because it's different people.
I'm trying to beat my 7-minute meeting from before.
Not tonight.
Yeah. All right, well, let me get a vote on, let me get a motion to approve the December 9 minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve my birthday minutes on December 9th, 2025 as presented.
All right, do I have a second?
Sure.
All right, everybody okay? Good.
All those in favor?
Good. Yeah, everybody in favor?
Go over here. Oh, okay.
Yes,
All right.
only 3 of you can vote.
All right, and pass these around then for signature. So everyone in favor. All right, and then the second set of minutes was from January 13th of this year. Everybody read those over, no questions or comments? Okay, can I have a motion then to approve the minutes as written?
I'll make a motion to accept the January 13th, 2026 minutes as presented.
Okay,
Second?
you ready to approve?
Need hands, please. Thank
All right, pass these around. You can start it down there, that'd be great. Okay, so let's go into our agenda and our first item of business. Stuart, is that you up there?
Yes.
All right, you want to come up and talk to us a little bit about this amendment to the subdivision, please?
I've been here several times, Heather, since you got elected.
I know.
This will be your first meeting with me.
Oh, actually, I've been with you before, Stuart, but not in the seat.
Right in that seat. Exactly. All right. You ready?
Ready.
I'm Stuart Davis with Davis Land Surveying. We're here representing Lori Richardson, who has property located at 43 Jordan Lane, being shown as lot 35D6 and lot 35D6A on the town home tax map 15. I'll give you a brief history of Gerardin Acres, which first was approved by the Poland Planning Board in September of 1993, and Zach has that particular plan up on the board that shows the plan that was presented to the board, approved, and then recorded in the registry. Then again, okay, the next one, Zach. Then again in '97, the same plan was brought back to the planning board, basically with a change of the note that read about Gerardin Lane was to remain a private way until such time that a registered engineer to certify the road was built in accordance with the town specs. And subject to that, subsequent to that, the town did approve the road, Gerardin Lane, the pump in May of 5th, 1998 town meeting, article number 35. They came through and upgraded the road and built the road. So the road has been approved since 1998. Now, go to the next one, Zach. This was another amendment that was made to the subdivision where they started changing all those hatch areas up there. They took some land swap back between 2, 4, and 6 to create the configuration that's there today. That plan wasn't brought before the planning board. it was recorded in the registry of deeds. Go to the next one, Zach. This plan is pretty much the same. I think the only amendments on this one was, they did some revisions on some lots across the road. On lots 3, 5, 7, and 9, and 11 on that one, but again, that one wasn't brought before the board and wasn't approved. On to the next one. This one here is the same plan that was done in 1998. Again, what they did to revise this one was again some lots on the other side of the road, and a few other minor things, but again, this plan was never approved by the town either. Got recorded but never approved. Okay, Zach, the next one? Oh, that's mine, okay, so the last one then, go back to the other one, Zach. This one, was done in 2018, specifically for lot 6 and 6A. And it's not real clear what they're doing, but they still show the same hatch areas that were done in the previous plans, but it shows the two different, now 6A and 6A. And again, this plan wasn't recorded or approved by the town. So, from what I understand, a year or so ago, they went to sell one of these lots, 6 and 6A, and through the title work, picked up that none of these plans were approved by the town, that they were trying to, for lot 6 and 6A. So, we were hired we're only dealing with lot 6 and 6A. I understand there's other issues within the subdivision, we're only dealing tonight with lot 6 and 6A. Nothing else out there. So what we've done is we've gone out, located all the pins on lot 6 and 6A, and I think we reset 2 or 3 of them, and then updated this plan. Lori Estes at the time received a deed, which is both in your packet, in 1998 for all of lot 6, and then the revisions that were made for these lots 2, 4, and 6, being laying back and forth, was done by deed as well, so shown on these plans, but was again never approved by the town. So what we're showing here tonight is the lot 6 and 6A that were conveyed to Lori Estes at the time, now Richardson, for lot 6, and then the lot 6A, there was a deed recorded that refers to this plan that was recorded but not approved, giving her ownership to lot 6A as well. So with that, I guess I'll entertain any questions. Again, we're just showing lot 6 and 6A of that particular subdivision that was recorded back in 97 or 97 originally.
So the call out that I saw, which was in the deed, of the Schedule A, does include 6A. Add lot 6A and lot A.
Yeah, the second deed that she got,
It says an amended plan of lots 2, 4, 6, add lot 6A and lot A, Guardian Acres dated May 28, 1998. And recorded, so it was recorded?
it was recorded but not approved by the town. 4 out of those 6 plans were approved, not approved by the town. The first 2 were approved by the town, the last 4 weren't, they were just recorded in the registry.
Were they asked to be approved and it was just a missing issue or just missing paperwork? You know?
I can't answer that question. I would
I
assume
only
that,
know that
All the maps have stamps on them from doing that.
I would
I only
assume
know
that the
that.
surveyor that generated these plans didn't do planning boards. he might have amended the plans for these folks,
Mm-hmm.
said here, take it to the planning board, and then never happened.
They never went to the planning board, okay.
No.
Sorry, Scott, what were you saying?
The only records I have, well, the deed, the easement deed does specify a separate plan, right? The one I sent.
The 10-foot easement,
Yeah, it
We're talking
specified
about-
the easement to the town.
there's a copy of that there.
It
Can you pass-
specifies a different, it specifies a plan that was never approved, was never signed.
Yeah.
And I can't find any record that they ever came back to get that signed. I've gone through 3 years
And nothing,
of planning board records.
nothing,
Nothing.
okay.
Yeah, so that was the one that was recorded in Plan Book 40, page 71. That one wasn't reviewed by the town. That's the plan they're referring to. And that's the plan where, where they came in and split lot 6 and 6A.
Right.
But they never got
I
it.
know there were permits issued on 6A. I don't know, I'm assuming they were issued on Lot A, but I can't find them. I can't find any record of anything on Lot A. There is a structure there.
There's a picture there, yeah,
There's a structure in each one.
6 and 6
And each lot has 200 plus feet of frontage, 80,000 square feet. What they should have had in the beginning. They're still burdened by that 16-foot easement that goes kind of down the lot line out to, on the other side of the tracks, who owns that land, it was Spencer at the time. And then lot 6A, and the other side of 6A, this 10-foot easement that Scott was just talking about, drainage easement. It refers to the plan that was recorded but not approved.
So why is Lot A even part of the subdivision? Because it wasn't part of the original parcel.
Again, Jim, I can't answer that question. I guess assume it was big enough that they could split it. In the third or fourth revision they did. As you can see, they.
Well, I mean, they obviously bought it from somebody because they didn't have ownership of it originally.
No, they don't.
Well, they owned all the
My
land.
grandfather owned
it.
Gerard owned all the land.
Okay,
It was kind of a family thing.
gotcha.
But you know, I think there's still some family left in there, but most of it's been sold to somebody else, the vacant lots.
Well, none of the lots are vacant, are they? I don't think they are.
Vacant, like not a built on,
They're all built on.
yeah. Yeah, I drove through. Okay. So the application though, Stuart, that you're talking to us is of formalizing the split of 6 and 6A, not
Yes.
these other issues that are
Not the other.
existing and the changes of
You
plan.
know.
And now that each of 6 and 6A now you have done a survey on, so we know exactly where the
Yeah,
land
we
is.
went out and verified the perimeter lines of that, and those two lots as well as some others. Found the fins fit within reason, and then we set, I don't know, 3 or 4 on lot 6 and 6A.
Okay. And you have permits for building on both? Scott?
On 6 and 6A. 6 was original, 6A
Okay.
was after.
Is there
The other
any-
thing that's odd about this too is your tax records reflect all this. Even though there was never,
Yeah,
I don't know if they just did it based on some deeds that got exchanged. Some of them, they just refer to lots based on plans.
mhm.
So I don't know how the town was able to get there. Got a base up.
They would just get the deeds.
Yeah.
The assessing agent would just get deeds and they'll put them in, they don't usually ask questions.
It's like with Lori's deed, when she got lot 6A, it refers to that certain plan 40, plan book 40, page 71, which wasn't approved.
Are there any open issues with 6 or 6A from the town?
Nothing I know of.
No, no code violations or anything like that that we have to resolve too? No, okay. Other questions from the board? I mean, the scope of this is pretty narrow, but it sounds like there's a history here that should be amended and cleaned up. I recognize you're only
Well-
representing this, right?
Well, I mean,
If they wanna pay me for it, I will. My intent was just to show lot 6 and 6A tonight.
basically, the whole issue comes down is Lot 6 was a large lot, of the original subdivision, and at some point, they went to split it, which created this cascade effect of being able to split that to get the correct square footage and the correct road frontages. You had to go and doctor all A, 2, 4, and 6 to put the pieces together to make the jigsaw puzzle work.
Yeah, I don't recall a lot of the history of Lot A and that, whatever it's called, Duffy's Lane came into play, but that was one of the revisions
Yeah.
on one of the unrecorded or unapproved plans.
And that's the road that goes up to the tower.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, once again, when I first got on the board, we were told that we put something in the CLUC saying every lot had to meet space and bulk standards, therefore we'd never have an issue with an illegal lot ever created in town, and I laughed about it. Because this can happen all over the time and all over the place. And I don't think the fact that it didn't go before planning board, I think if anything happens with, I'm assuming Lot A, Lot 2, and Lot 4 in the future, if they ever go to sell, a title attorney's gonna come up with the same issue,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be back to having somebody represent them to make those become compliant.
Mhm.
So I
Lot
think,
A has sold,
and nobody picked it up,
no, but I don't think it was a bank deal either.
no.
Okay.
No.
Well, if one comes along with the bank, it will definitely pop up.
Right.
I don't think we can compel all that work tonight because of the application being in 6 and 6A, is that correct?
Right.
Clean up
That's- I don't think the sins of the past can be held against this person that's trying to do whatever they're trying to do. It just seems like there are multiple layers of mistakes.
Mhm.
And once again, I'm not saying the town made a mistake, because the assessor got it when they got, just the real estate transfer tax.
Yeah.
You get your deed sent back and
It's all good.
it's all good.
Yep.
So,
All right, anyone else on the board have any other questions before I take it from the audience?
Nope.
Are there any comments or questions from any of the attendees? If you do want to speak, you can stay where you are, you just have to state your name. Do you have
I'm
any-
Roger Jordan III, trying to buy that lot,
Which one?
6A.
6 seconds.
6A?
that you were taxing separately the trailer to my grandmother and my aunt's land since 1998.
Okay,
Figure out why it's not being sold to me.
this is probably why. Okay,
I'm good.
I'm good.
Good.
Good. Any other questions, comments? Scott, Sarah, anything you want to add? All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended major subdivision application.
Wait, I think I
We
have to do
need
the
to do
checklist
Oh, I'm
first.
sorry. Yeah.
I'm usually fast, but not
Yeah,
that
I
fast.
thought you were.
Okay, so let me just go through the
All
checklist.
voting powers remaining.
You do have voting
Oh,
power.
okay.
Oh, I should have mentioned that, I'm sorry.
That's
You
fine.
do have voting power
Okay.
tonight.
Yes.
As far as the application, a lot of this doesn't really apply. Some of the stuff in there, so you go through your checklist and then see what you think, but.
Yeah, I just think that, now that you've uncovered the concerns, it would be valuable for those to be amended before every time that you have to get, no offense, but you get tired and someone like you comes in and says, I wanna buy it, I can't split it, like, it's, now that you know the problem, it would be worthwhile for those people that are involved in those homes to remedy. Sarah, it's got type of sewage disposal. Is it part of the checklist?
I would say that's on file.
Let's say it's on
Yeah,
file.
yeah, that's not listed as on file. You have it? Oh, there's- yeah. Okay. All right, now you can.
I'll make a motion to accept the checklist as presented for the amended major subdivision application at 43 Gerard Lane, map 15, lot 35, sublots D6 and D6A. Second.
Second? Okay. I'd like to take a vote. Does everyone approve? Okay, good.
Now we can do the full ticket total.
Yep, Make a motion to accept the amended minor town major subdivision application for 43 Gerard Lane, map 15 lot 35, sublots D6 and D6A.
Have a second?
Wait, no public hearing, no sidewalk.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, oh, sorry, no. Anybody want to do?
yeah, no public hearing and no sidewalk? I already said no. I can amend. Okay.
With no public hearing and no site walk. Second.
All in favor? Okay. We close that
Now we're
up.
good.
Thanks,
All right.
Stuart.
Well, I went on a limb, I brought a Mylar and a paper copy. I'm gonna stick around for a few minutes, but
Um,
I'll sign them tonight, if not, I'll pick them up next month, I'll be back.
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty. This right now, you want it
Awful
later?
cocky on that.
The older you get.
I know Deb had, Stuart, I know Deb had said she wanted to get that in you.
Stuart,
Yes, here.
Sarah's talking to you.
The February 10th meeting will be starting early because there's a public hearing that night, just so you know. And then once the public hearing is over, we're going straight into the meeting. I just wanted you to know before you walked out and, wait, don't forget.
All right, well, I think Laura will be handing in some stuff for that tomorrow, so
Great,
maybe I'll be first on the agenda.
you are not. Someone beat you to that by
You're
like a week.
special, but you're not special.
All right.
Alright, sorry, Stuart. Okay, let's roll on. We're gonna do a sketch plan application, Hole Main Street LLC, property 26, map 6, lot 50G. Who's here to speak on that behalf? Alright, welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for having me here. My name is Bill Garish. I'm with Sebago Technics. Here representing Hole Main Street LLC for a sketch plan application. You may recall, the site is adjacent to what's called Lot 4 in the Joe Semino original subdivision off Route 26. Poland Main Street LLC purchased Lot 4 last year and came before the board and received approval to build a street through that lot for access to not only Lot 4, but 2 of the other lots. The intent is to reduce 3 driveways from that subdivision, all on Route 26 down to 1. So that site would be right off in here, so that's currently under construction and moving forward. Poland Main Street also purchased this parcel at the same time. You can see that the parcel in general is about 25 acres in size. It is in the Village 1 district. It does have, we did have a wetland delineation done. You can see the green areas represent the wetlands. It's about a third of the area, 8 acres. The remaining 16 acres would be uplands, all forested wetlands, undeveloped parcel. There are a couple of short stream segments that were mapped in there as well. And the proposal on Lot 4 is to build the street up through and also extend water and sewer utilities. So the owner would like to come, would like to see what your thoughts are on basically a planned residential development in this area with the Village 1 zoning, the planned residential development, subtracting out the wetlands and the right-of-way for the road would allow up to 31 lots based on our calculations. The lot would have to be 10 acres in size, which this one is 25, and 20,000 square feet per dwelling unit after subtracting out the non-buildable areas. So in this particular case, they're proposing a road that would come down through the site. Wedgewood Circle, the subdivision down in this area, was developed a while back. And it did include a right-of-way that came up abutting this parcel. So with this configuration, there would be 13 duplex units for a total of 26 dwelling units. The proposal would be to bring in water and sewer from Lot 4 through the site to serve these units, and basically some private driveways and so forth to the individual units. We also looked at a more conventional subdivision, just a conventional subdivision or a cluster subdivision. A cluster subdivision seemed to work a little better for this site, where it does have the wetland areas and the areas that make more sense to preserve as open space. From a number of units perspective, the subdivision, whether it's a cluster subdivision or a conventional subdivision, you would do the same calculations by subtracting the wetlands and the road right-of-ways from the total area, and basically dividing that by the lot size requirement in that district, which is 80,000 square feet. So with this configuration, the maximum amount of lots in the cluster subdivision would be 7 lots. Both of these scenarios show a roadway that goes all the way through and connects to Wedgewood Circle, with what we understand to be a 15-unit limit on a dead-end road. That connection would not necessarily be required for this configuration. The developer is looking to do a triplex on Lot 4, and we actually just submitted an application for that today. So we'll be back potentially next month, so look at that one. So with 3 units there, without the connection of the road all the way through, that would limit this parcel to another 12 units if it was just a dead-end road. So that's it in a nutshell. The developer, obviously, for a few reasons, would like to move forward with something that looks more like this. So I'd like to see what you think and answer any questions that you might have.
First, I think both of us would like to go back to your math on with the triplex and the 7 and then the 10. Can you take us through that again?
Okay, well, with the triplex, if this was a dead-end road with the triplex 3 units here, it would allow up to 12 more units on this lot.
I'm confused because I thought the original proposal was to grub in the road and potentially put 2 duplexes on that part before you even came back to this. Is that not correct? The original proposal that you came in with?
That is correct,
So
yeah.
why are those 2 duplexes not counted? 'Cause you're gonna
They
be-
are. The 2 duplexes, they've actually changed now, it's a triplex. So the 2 duplexes,
Gotcha.
given that much of Lot 4 is a road right-of-way, with the density calculations, it actually would require a subdivision amendment and a little more land to be transferred from Lot 3 to Lot 4, just to get the density for a triplex. So the 2 duplexes just didn't fit on Lot 4.
Okay, so that's
That's
done.
what I was confused about.
Yeah, and we're in with a sketch plan for this, while we're coming in later with the actual amended subdivision plan for the triplex. Without a sketch plan, we're just coming in with the regular application.
Okay. Questions besides the math at this point?
I guess I'm confused with the right-of-way off from Wedgewood. That's something that was required of the developer back then, but does that give this lot owner the use of that right of way without signing an agreement on that?
It's my understanding that Wedgewood is private, so. Is that your understanding as well, Scott?
It is private, that one section is.
Well,
private.
that one part of that road is
But-
well, it's non-town owned,
It's
or
not-
non-town plowed, so it doesn't meet town specs, so. So how, I guess I'm kinda confused, because you're gonna come off 26, do hypothetically what you're trying to do here, and you're gonna create an exit point through Wedgewood?
Yeah, if that's private. Is that the proposal?
That's the proposal, yeah. We did look through, based on our research, and I didn't find anything conclusive that showed that Wedgewood was either deeded to the town from the developer or deeded to the homeowners
It's a homeowners
association.
association. Cause they came before us to get it accepted as a town road, and we didn't accept it because there's a problem with the cul-de-sac.
Okay,
So that part
so that part is private.
That part is private with the homeowners association, so what I'm asking is, I don't know the law and stuff like this, but how, just because you maintain a right of way because our code book says you have to, this lot could have been bought by the previous developer, so then he would have had his right of way in through there, so he would just been using that land, but I'm just wondering how in a butter, there's not an easement to the abutter for that right of way, is there, or does there need to be?
I would assume they'd have to have a deeded right of way to that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it exists on paper that there's a 60-foot possible, where there's a slug of land that would accept
Doesn't mean.
a road, doesn't mean that
access
the
it from
developer
other side.
of Wedgewood will give you access to that,
Exactly.
is what I'm trying to get at. I don't know that, I'm not a surveyor, I'm not a lawyer, but it seems to me that just because something exists doesn't mean that you gotta have the right to use it unless you've had right of adverse possession for over 20 years or something, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's all I'm wondering about on this, because
So there's
if-
nothing in the deed that specifically says that property has a right of way to Wedgewood.
no, it's basically just any subdivision like that where there's remaining land out back has to maintain
Right.
a 60-foot for potential,
In the deed for that property, there is no right of way.
or 50G is what you're saying for this one. Yeah. So that would be an issue, and then if that's
Yeah.
an issue, then you're gonna have 14 lots on, or 15, whatever it is, on a dead end.
3 on
road.
lot 4 and 12 on, up to 12 on lot 50G. Correct?
Oh, wait, you're talking about the duplex plan, right?
No, well, no, I'm just looking at this saying,
Well, you've got 13 there now, or 26 units.
26 units, yeah.
Yes. That's 26.
right,
That's-
yeah, because
That
it's,
could be
it's,
then
it's,
ended here.
right, because it's not going back out onto.
No. This would-
And I'm not sure, somebody would have to look back in, or somebody would have to do some deed research. I don't think Wedgewood Drive is the issue of how it was built. I think it's, the cul-de-sac is deficient, and that's why it doesn't meet road standards. And that's why it had to remain private. If you get access to that right away, hypothetically, I don't know if you could just go in there, then it wouldn't be a dead-end road, and just rip out the cul-de-sac and punch a road connecting back to whatever. That would be something that somebody would have to do some research on and
Mhm.
reach out to, if the homeowners, I think the homeowners would own that right away. And then that could create a can of worms of getting 14 people to sign off on something, or 13, whoever's down through there.
Yep,
Because if not, it's gonna put you on a dead end, and it's not gonna allow you to put these many units in.
No.
yep.
I mean, this is honestly the first time we've looked at something like this, because effectively, what this is saying, you've got a big slug of land that's commonly owned by everybody. No one, you own your unit, you don't
Yes.
own any land.
No.
It's kind of like a condo association, I guess. So, but still, you gotta count every single unit as,
Yeah, there's 26 of them.
there's 26. I mean, this concept is, I think it's, I don't have a problem with the concept.
So the planned residential development, there are other requirements for trails or common space, and there is requirements for pedestrian circulation.
Within subdivisions, there's stuff for pedestrian circulation too, and we've never made people that we're doing subdivisions that don't have any other common sidewalks to connect into, actually, but long story short is we've waived them in subdivisions before. Because this isn't gonna connect to, I mean, if you were going back into, Wedgewood, and Wedgewood did have sidewalks, and yeah, we'd say we wanna do that. Wildwood, obviously, we didn't, because it's in the middle of nowhere.
But would we consider waiving them for this type of setup versus the other plan that you have? This has got a lot more density, so.
It does have more density.
What type of duplexes are these? 2-bedroom? Like what would be the population that we'd probably be looking at?
Yeah, they're fairly small. I know the triplex, I think, is a 3-bedroom, but they have a fairly small garage and so forth, so they're not huge ones. And I don't think, oftentimes developments like this, and we just haven't get there yet, but we'd look to put some trails through the development, just walking trails or whatever, in the open space areas.
The size of them would be possible for there to be kids and then the school bus stop and all that, right?
Correct,
This is not
yeah.
to be an over 55 or any of that kind of
No,
configuration.
it's regular single families, yep.
I don't know, I guess I'm the old man in the room in the sense of a traffic study, number one.
Yes, that's where
Number
we're
two, I
going.
just don't think this is incumbent on driving a school bus. It just drives me nuts. I mean, some of these roads now, I mean, this is hypothetically a dead-end road. Well, it wouldn't be to do what you wanna do. At that point, it would be fine for a school bus to drive through, but drive something down
Yeah.
here, turn around, come back out,
Well, that's what, I mean,
Yeah,
the
it-
point
it-
is this road is kind of an anchor point for us in terms of like this type of density, you're gonna have kids, now what about the school bus, what about cutting through? Is this gonna be a cut through that you can do? So that's kind of the snowball, at least where I'm looking, when I read this through, there's a lot of open questions is all. So you're asking our opinion, like they are favoring the duplex versus the single family home, I assume that's what those are, would they be bigger than the single family homes? Do you know what they're anticipating for those, the other plan?
You mean for the subdivision?
Yes.
Yeah, it would just be, lots for sale or,
And-
whatever home. I imagine they'd be similar to some of the homes down in Wedgewood,
But not built by the company. Is the intention to build these duplexes?
The intention is for the applicant to actually build these duplexes.
But if they go with the other plan, they're not gonna do the building?
The other plan, yeah, the other plan was more to show an alternative, but, no, their plan is to do a development where they would build the buildings. So potentially, if they can't make this connection, the plan would be to do a limited, version of that. Might be single families, but
These would be duplexes for sale or for rent?
no, they'd be for sale, yeah. So there would be a condo association and all the documents and so
Yeah.
forth that go with that, yeah.
Looking for planned residential, Jim.
Yeah, so 227, so, no, it's, read it. Got
292.
3, I got 291.
Yep, no, that was one sentence on 291.
Yeah, okay.
Technically starts there.
Have to do it. How lazy you get sometimes if you can't.
If you want me to
If you
start
can't
'em-
swing back one page. that's
If you
fine.
want me to start them on the next page, this
No,
book's gonna
no,
get
no.
longer.
No, thank you.
I can pretty it up all you want, but you have to tote it.
Okay. Well, I'm holding pause on the road situation
Yeah, that's gonna be,
as far as,
We just gotta, it's a sketch plan.
It's a
Yeah,
sketch,
so we just
so-
gotta tell them what we need and then.
yeah, that's where I'm holding
Yeah.
pause. Is there any other concerns from the sketch plan?
Is there any, I guess I'll throw this question out there. If we were to develop this in such a manner where we did, came in here and did some sort of loop road through, would we still be limited to the 15
Yes.
total units? There's
Yes.
no avenue for a waiver or anything of that?
I'll give you 3 people that tried to do the same thing, and no, it's not allowed.
Okay?
I mean, you still could do this with less lots, or you could still do this planned development with individual houses. It's just you can't get the amount of units out of it
Right.
that you wanna get out of it because of the dead-end road
Mm-hmm.
stipulation. So. Yeah,
And if we could resolve the road and somehow get it through there, then we'd be all set.
I think we'd wanna know what you're gonna do with the road and then make sure that we have
Well-
understanding of.
the road can be placed through there because the right-of-way is of the correct width. Now, I'm not gonna tell you how to do anything, cause that's your job, but you got 14 people on that road that petitioned to have it become a town road, and we denied it because the cul-de-sac wasn't of size. You take that from what I said and you figure it out from there.
Okay?
It will give you some leverage. They have leverage,
Yep.
you have leverage.
All right, do we have any other questions from the board or concerns?
I am fine with this concept, as long as you can get back out through Wedgewood and make everything conforming. And I think that's our biggest issue.
That is. Anybody else? Cheryl?
Nope.
No? Okay. Anybody from audience?
Do you want feedback on the other plan, or is this just really?
I'd take any feedback I can get, yeah.
So the
Good or
second
bad,
banner
yeah.
in the back?
You wanna put it up on there? Thanks, Zach. Do you have feedback on that?
No, I just didn't know if you wanted us to review both of these, we're only kinda giving them feedback on one thing, so.
Yeah, I think that was the preferred was. the-
I don't think we're leaning towards this, but if you have any comments you'd like to make, we'd be
I
happy.
mean, if you don't want it, then we don't need to talk with it. But I was just wondering if you wanted, if you
Well-
can't get the first, then you're
Well,
gonna
see,
come back.
it's either they're gonna be limited to this and the triplex,
Mhm.
or the triplex plus, the flip side of that with less duplexes on it, right?
Yep.
I mean, I think either is acceptable, but it sounds like anything else, you gotta do something of a certain size to make it worthwhile to actually build out.
Right, that's why they're looking for the other
Yeah,
one.
That's
building
why
that
they're
much
looking.
road and water and sewer and so forth for 7 lots wouldn't be
Yeah,
feasible.
right.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Did you have any comments or anything you wanted to talk about, anyone in the audience? Can you state your name before you?
Sure, Georgianne Spencer, I don't know if I have any, questions at this point, we own, what, 50F?
Yeah.
So, wanted to know what was going on.
Okay. All right. Nobody else in the audience, make a motion? I've gone through the checklist,
No, we're gonna table it anyhow.
yeah.
Well, no, we just, it's
Oh,
a
it's a
sketch
sketch
plan,
plan.
so.
Yeah, we can check this. I'll make a motion to accept the sketch plan checklist for Pullman Main Street LLC, map 6, lot 50G, as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, vote. Okay with it? Hands for Sarah, thank you. I'm not gonna say we need to do anything on site yet until we understand what's going on, okay? Is there anything else we need to do on this one, just for the commission or the sketch plan review? No, right?
Not really.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for coming out for your interest. Okay. CLUC changes?
We usually move those to the end,
Okay.
but you can do them whenever you want.
Who wants to do what next?
Let's just get rid of all this stuff here.
Okay, let's do findings of fact. Everybody review, there's 4 of them. I assume I have to do each one, Sarah?
Yeah, there's the agenda, yeah. Feel free to give me a call.
Alright, I'm gonna walk us through each one.
Hi, guys. We're still having the
Yep,
meeting.
guys.
Can you go outside for
Outside,
your
thank you, I'm
conversation,
sorry, I know
please?
it's cold.
Thank you.
Alright. Alright, so the first one we had on our list is a formal shoreline zoning application, Donna and John Bouchard, 193 Birch Drive. Any concerns or questions on what they've submitted? Everybody remember that one? Sort of?
Nope. I read about it again, but.
All right, I read about it, it's great when you reread it. Okay, so can I get a motion to accept the findings of fact?
I'll make a motion to accept the formal findings of fact and conclusion of law for a formal shoreline zoning application with Bouchards at 193 Birch Drive, map 44, lot 97.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have a vote on approval? Okey-dokey. We'll pass this down. Looks like, David, you were there.
Yep.
Alrighty, moving on. Next here, another formal shoreline zoning application, Alan and Audrey McGrew, 11 Penny Road, map 33, lot 5. Everybody get a chance to read it. Any questions? Okay. So, can I ask for a motion to approve this shoreline zoning application, please?
Make a motion for the findings of fact and conclusion of law for the formal shoreline zoning application for reviews, 11 Penny Road, map 33, lot 5, as presented.
Second, please. Vote please, all in favor? Okay. Rolling right through here. Are you waiting for one, Stuart?
I was just waiting to get some stuff signed.
They're all his.
You're all his.
This is all my handiwork.
All right. You did good, great work. All right, formal shoreline zoning application, Daniel
That was
Lynn
it.
O'Neill, 71 Chickadee Lane, map 37, lot 2. Everyone have a chance to look that over, any questions or concerns? You good?
Yep.
Okay, then you can make a
I'll
motion.
make a motion for the findings of fact and conclusion of law for formal shoreline zoning application, the O'Neills at 71 Chickadee Lane, map 37, lot number 2.
Have a second, please? Second. Everyone approve? Hands, thank you, signatures. All right, the last of them, formal shoreline zoning application.
Absences.
I know, it was all done in one night.
I know.
Formals, I know. Sometimes I do other things. Formal shoreline zoning application. I just got that all covered up for 39 Storm Cove Lane, map 20, lot 23. I was here for this one.
Yep.
Everyone read and okay with what's presented?
Yep.
Okay, can I get a motion for this one too?
Make a motion for the findings of fact and conclusion of law for formal shoreline zoning application at 39 Storm Cove Lane, map 20, lot 23.
May I have a second?
Second.
Okay, a vote to approve, please. Okay. All right,
I was absent.
he was absent.
You were.
That was the one I did sign, he was signing the other 3 for me, there you go. Okay, CLUC,
CLUC,
would you like to walk us through, Sarah?
yes.
This one's for you, Stuart.
This one
I
is for
saw
you.
that.
Yes.
Actually, I got a question. Scott, do you just keep these on file or do you send those to the applicants? Those faxes?
These, we send them off to the
Yeah,
applicant.
You do?
we scan them, but we send them, yes.
Okay, so they'll all get that.
So the first one, there are only 3 changes, 2 are from the office and 1 is from the board. The first one is to remove the Mylar requirement, and I haven't made a change to this as well now. In what I have originally that you all have, it says on 20-pound white paper, because I called the Registry of Deeds and said, what are your specifications? But in thinking about it, I think it should actually be changed to as required by the Androscoggin County Registry of Deeds. So if they make a change that suddenly they all have to be on blue paper, we don't have to go through this again. So that's the only change to it, is that I'm gonna take the specificity out of it and just say, paper original as required by the Androscoggin County Registry of Deeds in these 4 spots. So,
I like the efficiency.
um,
Anybody have any
I don't wanna
concerns?
do
They
this
all
one.
require the 20-pound paper.
They do, but if I say 20-pound, they're gonna change it to 25 or 32 or on blue or who knows.
Right. They may
Um,
go to recording colored plans eventually,
Yes.
which would be helpful.
Okay.
The next, are there any issues or questions?
No.
Okay.
So you're just gonna strike through the 20-pound thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
changing that to the, as required by Androscoggin County Registry of Deeds. That's what it'll say there. So then the next question is, going to be adding a definition for fabric shelters, because outside of the shoreland, they just need to meet, setback requirements and lot coverage. But we have so many that aren't permitted, let's just take the permitting requirement out of it. And then so we add what a fabric covered shelter is in the definition, and then in structure say that specific thing outside of the shoreline zone doesn't need to be permitted by the code office. Inside, obviously, you still will, and if you are in the setbacks and you go to sell, that's gonna be found in the mortgage survey, and then or your neighbor complains, then we'll deal with it, but it will take something off the plate, so.
So the short summary is you don't need a permit outside shoreline zoning, but if you don't put it in the right place and a neighbor or somebody else decides to talk about it, you'll have to move it.
Yes,
And then when you go to sell, you may have to deal with it as well.
I
yes,
don't think banks are gonna pick these up on a mortgage loan inspection.
you never know. They've
I'm just
got-
following Sarah's words there as the
You
summary.
never know.
Right.
We've seen crazier things be picked up, so. And then the last one is about having greatest practical extent used for expansion. And we felt the simplest way to do that was to just add relocate, replace, reconstruct, or expand. So if you get which one was it?
This is the one we talked about with Stewart on the 20-foot setback.
Right,
Right.
they couldn't move back because it was such a steep lot.
Yeah.
That was the
It was
chickadee.
the greatest
O'Neill's.
practical
Yeah, that was
extent,
the chickadee lane.
but they needed that side waiver.
They needed the side waiver from 30.
Yes,
Yeah.
so this would allow you to do that with a straight face test
Yeah.
of using greatest practical extent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Thank
Question on that,
Mhm.
since that's shoreline zoning, I was gonna say a bad word, issue, DEP's gotta review this or not?
Yeah, they review
Yeah.
all.
Okay, they're gonna review all the changes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They don't ever get back to us, but,
Yeah.
you know, they review all.
I haven't seen last year's yet, so
Okay.
we just got
Well,
2024.
we're doing our duty by asking them to review them, then we move on.
They get sent to them so they can approve them, but
Okay.
whatever. So if you guys are good with those changes, I'll do the formal language and I've put in for the newspaper for the public hearing to be at 6:30 on our next meeting, February 10th. Yes, I know that is an old calendar. But everyone's getting cheap and they're not sending the big calendars anymore. So,
Oh, yeah, that is a vendor, isn't it? Okay.
so we have to order one, but,
Okay.
so we will start at 6:30 and as usual, we will go through the public hearing and then if that ends before 7, we're just gonna close
Start.
that and go straight into the meeting, so we'll get out earlier. We do already have one application for the next meeting, and then I know Stuart wants to bring something in for that one as well, so right now we'll have 2 things plus the public hearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I should be sure.
I think that's everything for tonight, but I will ask if there's any other business or needs
Nope.
on the line.
Nope, good,
Nope.
good.
No. Oh,
Good.
Sarah.
I've done everything I've got for you.
So would the Mylar take effect that night, or would it have to go to the town meeting too?
That will not take effect, it will
July
have to be
1st.
passed at the town meeting in June, It will take effect starting July 1st, yes.
All right, is there any other business from, or, yes, go
Quick
ahead.
question, so on lot 6A, it's gonna be recognized to the town as 53 Jordan Lane, and that's how the taxes will be, correct?
We are approving the split.
We're approving the split, we have nothing to do with the
The
mailing
taxes.
address, that all goes through the
Or the
assessing and
taxes, or-
Yeah.
all this.
Taxes are all, it's all, well, I don't
Now,
know.
do I come to you guys when I wanna build a house and tear the trailer off the lot?
No, you come to
No,
the
you go to them.
code
For
office,
enforcement?
Yep.
Okay.
and we're closed to
So
the
I have a
public on
question.
Wednesdays.
So you're building a house, I hear.
Yes.
Congratulations. All right,
I tried
Any
building
other
lots without
business?
them in
Stuart, you're still here. Any other business for you?
No, he's
No.
Good,
just.
all right. Okay, I'm gonna need a motion to adjourn then.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I knew he was gonna jump in on that.
Everybody good to go?
Yeah.
Vote please with hands. Thank you very much. All right. Good night, Town of Poland. Thank you.